Hi everyone, this is CherryEnchantress, the romantic fairy, and I am here with your March reading. So let's take a look at your three choices. In this reading, we're going to be covering the usual, which is your love life and career and money situation and possible some health or spiritual guidance. Also, I'm going to get a little message from the star seeds as well. So let's take a look at each pile. Pile 1, we have the eggshell pots. Connect with the essence of purpose within your intention and all will be revealed. Pile 2, we have Primrose. Be still and pave the way for all that you have desired. In pile 3, we have Moon Milk. There's nothing like the medicine that comes from the ritual of yourself. All right. So let's take a deep breath in through your nose. Close your eyes, release your breath through your mouth. Now open your eyes and let them be drawn to the pile that's calling you or card that's calling you. Ready? Let's begin. And you can pick as many piles as you want. Just let your spirit be your guide. And you picked pile number 1, eggshell pots. This is about the sacred vessel and a container for magic and also holding a vision. So staying focused in March. These plants are so beautiful and they're really beautifully crafted, you know. Anybody can make one of these. They're actually quite nice because the eggshells themselves have calcium carbonate, and that helps lower the pH level of the soil. So if you want to start, you know, growing something, it's a good way to start like a little planter. And that's kind of how it is for you. It's like you need the right kind of fertilizing, you need the right kind of nutrition, you need the right kind of sustainability, the substance to sustain you, to sustain your dreams, right? And the plan is how you do this. So having a clear plan will help keep you on track, really. Like, keep referring back to your plan. It's kind of like when I do readings and I keep referring back to the question, and that helps me get back on track again, connecting with spirit, because I'll ask spirit a question and then I'll start to meander sometimes, but then I'll go back to the question and I said, let me just ask this question again. Let's see how much more clarity we can get. So that's how you get your clarity. You could do it too within yourself in readings and stuff for yourself if you want to gain clarity. But whatever this reading brings to you, it might be something that you want to keep referring back to help remind yourself, what is it that I need to focus on, or what was the advice that was helpful, or whatever, you know. And it doesn't be just this reading, any readings that you watch. So it's kind of like go to the drawing board. It's not really, sometimes it can be going back to the drawing board where things might not have been working the way you expected them to, but sometimes it is starting fresh, you know, it's like a clean slate. And think of what you need to do to reach a particular goal. And if there's some things that you've already tried and they just haven't panned out, you can try again, maybe. But I think sometimes the reason why certain things don't pan out is because you may be working uphill against the current or whatever, those two metaphors together, because it's not really meant to be. Sometimes there's pushback from the universe because it's not meant to be. Sometimes there's pushback because the universe wants to see how badly you want it and how badly you're going to go for it. So it's a mix. You have to decide for yourself, what is this current? Now, we have entered Mercury retrograde. Woohoo! Today's the first day that I'm doing this Mercury retrograde. And you'll feel probably a little bit more pushback on some of your plans. And you may end up having to go to B, C, or D And sometimes you find out, hey, plan B was actually kind of interesting, different than what I usually do, but you know what? I kind of like it. Maybe I'll try this again sometime this way, you know? So sometimes that's how plans happen. They kind of sometimes purposely don't go the way you intended, so you can discover a new way of doing things. Yeah, so I think no dream, though, is really too big as long as you're clear about what you want and why, and it'll be much easier to hold the vision once it's free from cloudiness and doubt. So, you know, keep rechecking what it is that you want to do. You know what? I like this. I like this deck so much. So pretty. I'm going to shuffle another one for you. And it's got this, you know, this one is the Ostara, and it's iridescent edges. And like every card in this deck is like happy. That's another reason why I like it. It's like every card in the Samhain deck is difficult and hard, harsh. And every card in this one is happy. Oh, you got aquamarine. So here is a good stone to use while meditating or trying to get focus. And sometimes it is about crystal work and about just creating a space with items that help center you. It could be an altar or something like that. But the aquamarine says, allow the crystalline waters to illuminate the sorrows that need the salve of your presence. So if you've been kind of down on the dumps about how things have been progressing, I feel like March is a good turnaround month, even though we still have to deal with the retrograde. I feel like there's a lot of things this month that are going to heal. We may have to revisit a lot of things, but in revisiting them, we can truly put things that didn't work behind us, and we can truly like create a clear vision of what we want for our future. It's really about kind of an emotional cleansing and a releasing of patterns and overcoming self-criticism. So it feels to me that that when you're going to these, you know, maybe you have to go to a plan B or whatever. It's not your fault. It's nothing you did wrong. It's just, and you don't have to be upset if it doesn't go right. It's just universe's nice way of saying, hey, why don't you just try this way for a change? It might work a little bit differently and more to your liking. So anyway, I think a little bit of that introspective energy and being kind and gentle to yourself, and using the aquamarine stone. All right, let's start off with a message from the starseeds. Very curious. If you're hearing sneezing noises, because my cats all caught the same cold that I had. I think they caught my cold, honestly. I think they did. So let's see what the starseeds have to say. What is kind of your, last month I called it mission. It could be mission. It could be just like focus, direction, how they might help you. You know, I'm feeling that energy a lot more. It's, talk about it is a little bit stronger now, about ETs and aliens and starseeds, but I like to just say starseeds because to me starseed represents an, you know, off-world type energy, but it doesn't, I don't think it has to be alien to us, because I think that a lot of us could have had past lives that connected with, or we were those types. So some of you resonate with that. If you don't, that's okay. This is just like an off-world message here. All right, you've got the Cosmic Heart. This could be connected to romance too this month. So the Cosmic Heart is devotion potency. Make your life a moving prayer. this is again the star seeds are saying focus within. That's it. This is the right message for you. Follow your heart. Also, like, prayer can be helpful too. So going to church if you're so inclined, but that's not necessary. There's all kinds of ways to devote time to yourself, to your higher, to, whoever you may have that you focus on as a higher being in your life. But it can be just yourself too. So right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seed, and it can be planted in one of these little tiny eggshells just so they get the right nourishment. And sing to them with deep devotion, and feed them water, and lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart. And live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks. And make your life one big moving prayer. And I feel this is interesting because I've just been doing that a lot lately. Like, I would say physically an outsider looking in would be, oh my gosh, you don't have this and you don't have that, and how do you do that, and no. But I've been living in a state of like higher love, feeling really happy about everything. What a beautiful day. I had a beautiful walk. I feel the energy elevated and raised. Even with the way the world is around us, I feel the high energy within me, and I exude it out into the world, So I feel like the starseeds are out there saying, yes, that is what you can continue to do, no matter what is happening to you in a personal way. You can always tap into your soul and heart and spirit and find that higher energy, that potency, that thing that makes you come alive, the prayer, when we connect to, depending on what religion you have, if you have a religion, don't you know how when you go to church or whatever, you get this really good feeling when you're finished, because it was a group of people praying, raising the vibration. So you don't really have to be in a church to do that, and you don't have to have a particular religion. I think it has a lot to do with it just kind of like your outlook, your way of approaching people, and yourself and others. It's helpful, very helpful, if you have mostly high-minded people or high-vibe people around you, because it's easy for those low-vibe people to bring you down again. But I feel like, and that could be your personal mission, for you to keep the energy high and not let anybody bring your energy down. But anyway, I feel like the starseeds are saying, yes, you got it on the right track. All right, so let's dip into a little bit of love. What's the love happening for this month? And, maybe a lot of you are contented with a partner, or maybe you're seeking love. But wherever you are, definitely that love is key, very key to. All right, so you've got the rest and relaxation is essential. We all have fundamental need to take a break. Okay, so that doesn't tell me much about love. It just says that you need to love yourself. Okay, so go back to focusing on loving yourself. But also, you can do something nice for somebody else. Give your attention to another. So a little bit of both, A little bit of both. Love isn't just about romance, right? And love isn't just a thing. It's an action too. So showing people love and kindness and good deeds. Now let's see if this will tell you what's next in your love life. from the Romantic Faery Oracle. Oh, magnetism. So this is really nice. It's like all this self-love and kindness to others is really creating a magnetic field around you. And there is a gravitational pull between you and somebody else here because they can't resist your amazing personality and just the way you are. All right, I had a few noises from the house, but anyway, magnetism, nice. So let's see now. Let's get a few tarot. See what else. Fill in the rest of the month for you. Okay. We have Fairy Tarot. Or one kind of Fairy Tarot. Antonio Lupitelli. This is to me like the Easter Fairy Tarot. It's so cute. Alrighty, you have 8 bells. That could have to do with your finances. I think bells is finances. Oh, nice. And you have the Emperor. And you have Judgment. And the Empress. What? Nice. So yeah, the 8 of bells is awesome. It's about your career and it doing really well. It is professional skills. So you could be achieving a higher skill in what you're already doing. You could be getting some kind of promotion. You could be feeling just really valued in your job, as if you're rare and very skilled, and so you're getting paid accordingly, you know. But even if it's not about pay, you're definitely valued for what you do. You're highly skilled. You could be your own boss with the Emperor here. You could be an entrepreneur or run your own business. But this can also represent this can also represent your counterpart, because we have, or you know, we have the couple here. We have the Emperor and the Empress. So a very high level soulmate couple. So very good. Like you're either with somebody who's your complete equal and you're doing very well. Nothing to see here. No, everything's going pretty well. Yeah, and you could be going into business together. You could I feel like the balance between the two of you is quite nice. It's the things that the Emperor is good at. Maybe the Empress needs help in, and vice versa. It could be that the Emperor is more skilled in the practical financial matters, and the Empress here is better at the compassion or reaching out with the people part of it. But whatever it is, there feels like a really good balance between the two. There's two energies here. So this could represent your love life, your work life, partnerships, lots of things this could represent. But I feel like overall the skill is very high level people here, emotionally mature, intelligent, abundant. Yes, they're both extremely abundant, lots of coins and treasure chests and family animals, and they have both of them have, you know, birds of prey. It's like they're very, very similar kinds of people. It's interesting that this Emperor has, like, it looks like a water behind him, doesn't it? Like a wave kind of a thing. Interesting. And then he has wheat at the bottom. It's like he has the best of both worlds, basically. Also, you know, oftentimes the Emperor is considered Aries and the Empress is considered Libra, or it could be Mars and Venus energies here working together side by side in harmony. Yeah, very nice. Okay. And then with the Judgment here, it really is saying it's a balance of both worlds. Like you're really having the best of both worlds. I feel like this is interesting judgment because this one everybody's still sleeping and this guy is waking them up. So it could be that there's something that you do or say that helps people get all into their groove, you know, gets people motivated. It could be that a new phase is coming into your life that helps you get motivated into the next step. All right, Pumpkin's about to tear down the door again. She's my little Taurus bull. She opened it. I closed the door because of all the sounds of the house, people getting ice and things like that. So this is kind of interesting too, because Archangel Gabriel to me represents the angel in the Judgment card, and it kind of also gives me a religious energy as well. It kind of makes me feel like some religions will talk about spreading the good news or whatever, you know, speaking up, speaking about your faith, or it doesn't have to be, you know, on a particular religion, just speaking of your beliefs, helping people get motivated, like a motivational speaker or a life coach. There you go. Oh, I got goosebumps on that one. Life coach. It's like helping people to really wake up to what's going on in their lives, you know. Oh my gosh, I just looked up and I saw love doves in the tree. 2 doves were flapping their wings and cuddling with each other. Oh, that's nice. It's nice to have this window uncovered. I washed my curtains and I didn't put them up yet. But maybe I should show you. I tried, but the window's too blurry. But anyway, that was a good sign. So I feel like a lot of you here could be going into business with somebody you already know that you like a lot. And it could be like a real holistic type thing, like life coach stuff. Oh, a 3rd dove tried to interfere, but they wouldn't let it. Anyway, so let's see what your charms have to say. All right, you got a lot of things stuck on this one. You have Saint Teresa. I don't know the patrons. Not all of these patron saints do I have remembered. So if you know what, look up Saint Teresa and see how she might be helpful in your life. We have number 4. We have the angels are in this little Christmas box. 3 angels, and I lost them at one time, and now they're found again. And each angel is holding something kind of like frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Yes. So it's like, to me, I see it as kind of having everything, having the best of all worlds. Very nice. Like everything falling into place. You really didn't get any kind of message about having trouble with Mercury retrograde. I don't see it disturbing you very much in any way. Oh, you got freedom, and you have dance. You have, except for that you might have to sometimes take plan B. Other than that, it looks really easy going this month. You have the moon and the stars, wishes coming true. You have the peso. This one is interesting because it's like the image of the eagle defeating the snake. So there could be like overcoming demons or defeating something difficult. It also can represent good money. It could also represent foreign matters or dealings. The pentacle represents money and financial and physical material stability. And then we have the dragonfly your ancestors may be talking to you specifically. Yes, family. Family is very important, and the family who has passed also is very important. And you have the peace and the dove, the love doves. And the deer, the deer is like wobbly when it gets going, but then it's like deers are, they're born and then suddenly they're running. It's quite amazing. So I think there is something that you may be planting something new, starting at the drawing board kind of thing, but then you're being off and running pretty quickly. And then you have the candy cane, which is sweet. So a really sweet kind of set of things. Feeling like a lot of support from like your person. I think if you don't have a person, just somebody you feel specifically close to, like a soul friend or something, but there seems to be a really good support system here. Okay, so I hope you like that, and if you want, you can move it to the next pile. Choose any pile you want to. Keep going with it, and maybe you'll find more about what you didn't find in this pile. All right, see you at the next pile, and do give it a thumbs up, please. Thank you. And you picked pile number 2, the Primrose. I'm really feeling into this is a romantic situation. Now, I really feel some people, especially like in pile 1, are more of the connected, already in a connection. But this could be somebody new. This is optimism, a new love, beauty, and attraction. So you are in March in a period of attraction, and it represents beauty and acceptance. Although those are not, it's not like you have to, it's not a necessary thing. It's not like you have to follow these norms or anything, but I feel like this is a different kind of situation, similar to pile 1, where you have this high love vibration that creates a magnet. I think it's the same thing. It's like a high love for yourself energy that creates attraction from your perfect sources, the perfect one. There are people though that are actually watching you and keeping an eye on you. They want to see what you're going to do. There's also here like, it's interesting how it's kind of connects a little bit to pile 1. So if you came over from pile 1, great, because there is a sense of a promotion happening possibly. You are the best candidate. So in pile 1, we had this feeling of being the expert or being highly qualified, and here we have like this similar thing, but it takes it to the next level where people are really observing your abilities and how well you do things, and it's very attractive on all fronts, not just in your love life, but people will be like, wait, she or he are so good at that. Or they're so good at that. And wow, the way they do it too, it's different. Like there's some people that are so good at something, but their style isn't quite what you're looking for. Then you find somebody who has the style and everything. They just have the whole package. So this could be you seeing somebody as having the whole package, or somebody viewing you as having all of these abilities but I think it's a little bit more like you're really being recognized and noticed. Not just for your skills though, also for kind of your style, your beauty, I would say it's an aesthetic. It's not just, oh, you're standardly very beautiful, congratulations. This is about your aesthetic. It's more than just, it's putting in effort and work and time and a conscious vision, like displaying a conscious vision of how you want to be portrayed. So if you're wondering whether or not someone has feelings for you this month too, this card is a yes card, okay? And not only do they care for you, but they have their eye on you for some time. So if that resonates, this is your pile. If it doesn't quite resonate, maybe that part of this message isn't yours, and or another pile is yours, okay? Just saying. But for those of you who resonates, this is a big yes for a connection. And this is somebody you may already know. If you don't know them, they just haven't introduced themselves yet to you. But this could be somebody that you know. And it could be brand new. Like this could happen this month. And you get to know somebody and you wonder, I was listening to a reading and, they smile at everyone. Who said that? Was that Kind Heart? Anyway, no, that was Kino. Sometimes I mix them up because they're both so wonderful. Anyway, Kino was saying, oh yeah, they talk that way to everyone. They smile at everyone. They weren't really looking at me. No, that if you find yourself in that kind of situation, then this person really does like you above the rest. You know, like you specifically are doing or saying or looking like something more than anybody else to them and hitting them and their heart chakra. You're more attractive to people this month, though, in general. And this is a great month for manifestation. So definitely set your intentions with clarity. Go back to pile 1 and see, it talks a little bit about how to achieve some clarity. And then, anyway, but once you get some clarity, then focus on that and your energy will be like boundless. Be careful for what you wish for because you just might get it. No, there's going to be lots of people reaching out to you for all kinds of reasons, to be helpful, to give you opportunities. You won't have to make much effort at all. I think most of them will be genuine too. So, you'll just have a lot. You'll just be very popular. You're going to be very popular this month. And you're going to be valued for everything that you do. You don't have to act on everything, of course. Be discerning too, because, popular girls, only give their time of day to, or boys, to, the people that they feel jive with them. It's not about deserving or not deserving. It's just like you really have to know if that connection is right. And just tap into your heart again. Does it give you joy? Does it resonate? Just like this reading. If this reading gives you joy and it resonates, then it's yours. If it doesn't, don't force it. Don't force it. All right, so let's see what your message is from the star seeds. Actually, no, I'm going to give you... Should I? Yes. Okay. I love this deck so much, the Seasons of the Witch. Ostara. It's got this beautiful iridescent edge, and it has too many happy cards, but I love them. I want to see a second message for you. I feel like I was really warming up in pile 1. 2 came out. All right, I'll take this one. Mushrooms. Okay. Mushrooms. Mushrooms are so good. Mushrooms is your resilience is unwavering in the pursuit of anything that may come your way. So, good things are coming your way. Be discerning and stay resilient. Be sure that the things that you choose give you joy and excitement and are good for you. And this is about resilience, immunity, and protection. So also, Spirit wants to say, hey, whatever choices you make, we also will give you a special protection around you to make sure that you're safe and that you don't accidentally pick something that's not good for you and cause issues in your path. Because it's about mushrooms. And mushrooms are really great with cultivating immunity and giving you resilience. And they're very strong. They grow pretty wide. And sometimes challenges can come up, but like the mushrooms, you'll be provided for. This is another message of discernment. Discernment is required to recognize what is serving you in your situation and what is not. So I think Spirit just wants to say, okay, a lot of good stuff coming your way, mixed in with some maybe not things that are good for you. So we want you to remember the message of discernment. Don't forget it. Don't forget it. Don't say yes to everything, and don't forget, be discerning. Okay, so it's like a double hello. Discernment. All right, let's see what the starseeds want to say. Sometimes, like last month, the starseed message was kind of like a mission, and whatever, you know, however you want to say it, it's kind of like a, could be a mission. I just see it as sort of like a higher level of type of thing that you might be doing, some kind of, all right, you've got the child of the cosmos. Look at that, fancy. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. I feel like this could be why you're so, one of the reasons why you're so attractive this month. You're just like super cosmic, amazing, magnetic energy, and very connected with the starseed energy. And a lot of people admiring you and seeing you as high level and having certain skills and qualities and things like that. So, what does this child of the cosmos is about you being kind of part of this mysterious force that governs all life. It's the same thing that tells flowers when to bloom, you know? It's like, ooh, who does that? This is kind of a reminder that we're connected to everything, every living thing, tree, creature, rock. And it's about staying connected to the pulse of life and Mama Gaia. And don't fall into the trap that you're doing this alone and that you're separate and that you have to go it alone. You maybe start off the month a little like that, like, well, you know, I'm a lone wolf, or I gotta go it alone, and then you get surprised at all the beautiful souls that really are around you and reach out to you. Then you have to start being discerning about who to let into your energy field. But it kind of is, I think it's a nice message that, wow, look at all these beautiful people around me, and also this sense of a higher energy to light beings and feeling connected, you know, as above, so below, feeling connected in both ways, in both worlds as well. So yeah, that's your message. The starseeds want you to know that you're not alone, that there's all this amazing love and energy around you. And speaking of love, let's get a love message. Okay. Ooh, you are limitless. You can do anything you choose. I love that one. Look, it's the unicorn, and her face is inside the unicorn. And then all those fairies. And the peacock feathers. Yeah, this is nice. The swans that mate for life. And then you zoom in. Oh, this makes me think of the other day I was looking at fractals. And you know how you check it out, you know, you zoom into a fractal and it's just like a repeating pattern that goes over and over, and you can like get really deep into the picture, or you could zoom out and then it just, like if you zoom really far out, it just looks like the shadow underneath the belly, and it looks so like a beautiful drawing. And then you zoom in and you realize it's a drawing within a drawing, and the Yeah, when you zoom out, you can barely see the lady's face, you know, and the swans look just like highlights in the neck. It's so lovely, and all the feathers and things that it create, these wings and the designs. So I know Josephine Wall, she's an amazing artist that does these drawings. I love her so much. Look in the leg, there's like trees and stuff. So I just feel like, yeah, this is very You Are Limitless, and this is very You Are Limitless. And I'm getting the feeling like that no matter what happens in your love life, you can pretty much have anything you want. That's why it is important to be discerning, you know? This month is kind of like you could have anything you want. What if you could have anything you wanted? What would you choose? So first of all, when we're faced with that kind of decision, we have to really place our value high, our personal value, and then we have to also be, we have to know what it is in others that we appreciate, and what it is in the world that we appreciate. And we tend to end up with an answer that it's not really the material things that matter as much as some of these other feelings and energies that we have. All right, so speaking of material things, let's find out more about career and things like that. And money. Yeah, because we like that stuff too. This is definitely as above, and this may be so below. We'll see. Well, mushrooms are very so below. They're so neat. And you know, this card, the Primrose card, is very organic, outdoorsy. It could be this person in your life is very organic, outdoorsy. We've got a bunch of things flying out. We got the Two of Bells. Nice. And we've got the Knight of Squirrels, not bells. Oh, we got the King of Hearts. Okay, we get one more. And the Queen of Leaves. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, so the Two of Bells or Pentacles is representing this ability of having both the mundane world going great, you know, your daily ins and outs and chores and things like that, and then a passive income coming through also, like things that you don't have to work for coming through easily. That's nice. It also feels like a happy partnership with another person, and it could be romantic and balanced monies here. We also have another couple. We had a couple in pile 1, and in pile 2 we have the King of Hearts and the Queen of Leaves. And oh, but here's a third guy. All right, so no three-way energy here amongst couples, but I feel like it's okay because then the knights don't necessarily always represent a person. It can represent an action, because knights are representing movement and action. This is undertaking a business and traveling for business, so that's nice. And also an experienced person. So it's like somebody is seeing you and thinking you're very valuable and worthy, and they're like, we're gonna send her to Bora Bora. No, I don't know why I said Bora Bora. We're gonna send her to the is it called Emirates, United Emirates? Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm hearing things, but I'm not catching the exact pronunciation of stuff. In Hawaii, those are the ones I'm hearing. But it's like sending you off to these exotic places, Greece, and that have high Saudi Arabia, that have high level negotiations or whatever. And then also you're an experienced person going to these places, but you're going to these places gaining more experience. And it's important maybe this month also to consult an expert, an experienced person, okay, in some kind of dealing that you're dealing with. So gaining experience, gathering information or knowledge from an experienced consultant. So the king of these could be, could be a person in your life, like a romantic person. The King of Hearts usually is about love and is romantic. But he can also represent, family ties. It can also be the approach of a masculine, their style of love giving. This is a wish too. This is like feeling certain of something. Oh, this is so good. So the beginning of March, maybe you'll be getting lots of offers and not sure which one to choose. And you have to be discerning. And then finally, you feel very certain about a choice that you make. And it could be in business and in love. And this feels very steady and mature. And if you're connecting, if you are one or the other of these fairies, if you're connecting with a person, then then you are finding a really nice match. Okay, so this is making me think of the leaves is fire energy, so it could be tradition, like you could be water sign or fire sign, or you could be matching up with one or the other. Not necessarily though. She is wandering around at night. What is she doing wandering around at night? And and so so the leaves represent swords energy. I'm sorry about that. The leaves are swords, which is air and water. Oh, this is kind of nice. Okay, so this couple is like, I feel like you decide who you put yourself where you see yourself, okay? So there's a masculine here who's super kind and compassionate and reaches out with tons of love. And then there's a feminine here who's mostly in her head. She's very intellectual, logical thinking, and maybe she's a little sad and yearning for love. And then this guy comes around, okay? So it's she may be really like a little reserved about a person, but okay, if this is this person, if the Queen of Leaves is this amazing child of the cosmos and this limitless lady, then I really feel like, and if it's you, I feel like you're gonna really tap into a higher energy of yourself this month, a quality of yourself that's so surprising and so beautiful and so exciting, because everybody's going to be attracted to you. Everybody's going to want to give you stuff. Your career is going to be better. And especially this nice person is going to come through. It could have something to do with work or love, however you want to see it. I feel for a lot of singles out there, this could be the one. I feel like if you're already in an established relationship, then your support system, your counterpart is a lot different than you, but so they're really filling in the gaps this month. They're really helping you out in the places you need help. And then, And then for some of you, it doesn't necessarily have to be about love. If the king could represent a very supportive, kind-hearted, giving, generous, like a donor or a patron or something like that as well. So that's really nice. Okay, let's see what your charms are. I had to turn down that brightness. All right, you got a special friend, see? And music out. What? Going out to listen to music? You're also ironing things out. That just feels like, you know, getting the wrinkles out of things. You've got 14 and 20, some good manifesting days I'm seeing. And then you have, all right, you have the Saint, is it Cecilia? I can't tell. Oh, this is Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene, women help. All right, somebody who's helping women and women's help and women's issues. And then you got the little kitty cat. You're familiar, maybe? Somebody who is tall and beautiful and smoking the peace pipe. Or this could also be the pipe that has to do with manifesting, because the Hopi Indians smoke pipe to bring in the rain. And it really, I looked into it because I was wondering, what should I talk about with the pipe? And for them, it really works like 100% of the time. So if it can work for them, it can work for you. Manifesting, you know, it's just a matter of, sometimes you may need a particular tool or something to put your energy into to help you focus on the manifesting or the ritual or whatever. That's why we call, you know, magic spells or whatever. And they're not really magic spells. They're your intention. You're putting your energy into the material things that you're working with, but it helps you. It helps really draw in that energy. So think of it that way when you're manifesting. But really, I don't think you're having any trouble this month. Like maybe you're having too many offers and you might have to turn some people away. And that might not be too easy. So try to find ways to, maybe there's spells or rituals that you can look into to help you with having to say no, or having to reject people or whatever, you know, or having to reject offers. That might be good too. Sometimes you have to do that. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you like that. And please feel free to check out any other piles, whether this one resonated or not. It's fun to always get, you know, additional information, that something that just might have needed in another pile that you didn't get in this one. Okay. So I'll see you at another pile. It's so bright now. You chose pile number 3. All right. Well, I have this window open and such beautiful sunny day. So the moon milk is saying there is nothing like the medicine that comes from the ritual of yourself. And I flipped right to moon milk. Moon milk is also number 24, my favorite number. And it's about relaxation, peacefulness, grounding rituals, and stress relief. And it's so funny because the very last thing I said in pile 2, some of you out there are so wonderfully sweet. You follow every single pile consecutively. And sometimes when you do that, it turns into a big story. So we left off on pile 2 at rituals. And here we are at a ritual. And moon milks are warm, soothing, grounding, nutritive, rich drink often used as a way to unwind at the end of the day. We also had a pile that was talking about what nutrients and nutrition that you need. And maybe this moon milk can be part of that particular ritual. So if you've been through here with all the piles, you're really getting, you're getting the bigger picture. So anyway, the moon milks are traditionally plant-based, and they can be customized with different herbs and adaptogens and spices to promote sleep and better digestion and increase immunity. Pile 2, we had mushrooms to help us out with immunity. This is also good for stress relief too. And they're very comforting, you know? It's kind of just like a warm, cozy hug. So it's something that too you can rely on at the end of the day when you need something to wind down instead of a glass of wine, which is also good. You know, the moon milk can be sort of a warm, cozy, healing type thing. Or, you know, it's so funny, I didn't think of this in pile 2, but if you come from pile 2, that those mushroom can represent a type of, instead of doing regular coffee, doing a mushroom drink or something like that. Yeah. So there's all kinds of things that could be supportive and helpful to your health and your daily way of doing things. Yeah, and then back to pile 1, sometimes our traditional things that we do every day can get challenged. I don't know, maybe a coffee pot doesn't work one day and you have to resort to tea on that day, and you're like, wow, I actually kind of like this a lot better or something. You know what I mean? So Mercury retrograde works in mysterious ways sometimes to help kind of guide us to other choices and other ways of doing things. But this is about prioritizing moments and self-care and traditional self-care, and making sure you get a lot of good food to eat, and plenty of vitamin-rich things in your life, and minerals, and meditation, and plenty of water, and restorative movements. I don't know about you, but I am being inundated with the Tai Chi commercials. I guess if I was going to have to watch a commercial, that it's not such a bad one, except it bothers me when people just, go to extremes, like don't ever do this or always do this. Walking makes you old is what it says, but Tai Chi walking makes you young forever. I mean, that's a little exaggerated. Of course, exaggerated stuff is often used to attract people to buy things, but the science and the deeper information behind it is not actually strange at all. Tai Chi movements are very good for you and very soothing and promote good health, and Tai Chi walking could be very good for you. But things like that, things that you wouldn't normally do, you may try. If you're more of a athletic sports kind of person, but you injure yourself, or you're afraid to injure yourself, then you might want to try something that more yoga like, that's slower movements, or that's more intentional, or it's something that's connected to spirit, because that's good for you too. So like my belly dancing, I don't know, like not a lot of people do belly dancing, but it's something that you could try if you like dancing and you like sort of that meditative connecting to spirit and really getting in tune with your body. Then those two things kind of go hand in hand with belly dancing, as opposed to just like disco dancing, which can also be very spiritual. But focus on yourself, listen to your body, listen to your body's needs. And do things that really like make you happy. Don't do things that torture you, make you feel like, I can't stand this exercise. Most of the time when we start, the thoughts before exercise are usually like, I don't feel like doing this. But once we get into it, we really like it. So if that happens, that's good. But if you get into something, you're like, I just can't stand this, then don't keep doing it, okay? Also, mental health going to be a big one in March. Make sure you get plenty of those kinds of mental health days to recharge. You may want to add some kind of mental health practice every single day, whatever it is, like looking at artwork, meditating, praying, visualizing things, going to a counselor, journaling, but things that will help you with your mental energy. Disconnecting from devices and disconnecting from news and media and things like that can be very helpful. I felt something happened today which made me had to go to my regular TV channels. And when I did, it felt kind of fun, it's like different. I'm normally on YouTube all the time. And when I went on my TV channels, I realized, there's always an algorithm out there for somebody. And I knew this because as growing up, we didn't have cable and we didn't have YouTube and stuff. We just watched regular TV. We had to stand up and change channel. And of course, daytime TV seemed always geared to like people that stayed at home, like the elderly or kids, but there again, it was like, commercials were about funeral services and stuff like that. And it just made me think, things that we watch they really pay attention to who's watching the channel, and they're really reinforcing a message over and over and over and over again. So be aware of that, be aware of who you are, what you kind of things that you like and believe in, and realize that sometimes the algorithm figures you out, and they like to reinforce things. They like you to stay consistent and stay on track. So change it up, try different things, go to a belly dancing class, paint something if you're not a painter, whatever, like try different things, like, surprise the algorithm. Like I did the other day when I started watching fractal videos, like the algorithm saying, what is this we're doing here? I'm going to get you another card because I think this deck is so beautiful. And it's this really beautiful iridescent edge. And like every card in this deck is this is the Ostara Oracle. All of the cards in here are pretty uplifting. So I like them very much. All right, let's go with Spring Equinox. This is spring showers wash over you, revealing a decision awaiting its flowers. Okay. So within this self-care stuff that you're doing this month, some kind of fun revelation could be happening right at spring equinox, which is around March 20th. Isn't that exciting? We're about to have spring. A lot of you are not feeling it. I am, though. I am feeling summer today. It's like 80, guys, in Houston. So it's warm. It's warmer than I want it to be, but I'm not complaining because I like warm weather. And it feels nice. So the spring equinox is about equilibrium, convergence, and unity. The word equinox comes from the combination of the two Latin words equus, or equal, and nox, night. So the spring equinox is Ostara, which is this deck, the Seasons of the Witch Ostara Oracle. And this is about two parts of you that you're balancing, or more, but two parts of your life that you have to balance. It could be work and kids. It could be one job and another job. It could be your hobby that you love and the work that's a grind. But you're trying to figure out a good balance with everything. And you've done your best. But now, this month in March, you're going to start to consider or reconsider. It's good to do things while you're in retrograde. Reconsider how you're going to manage everything. And it may come to a point where you'll have to put all your eggs in one basket, or not, or just divide some more, or walk both paths, just not at the same time. Let go of one goal temporarily to give another one a chance, and then you can always revisit it later. This month you may have to prioritize family, and it could be that there's just a project that's really taking a lot of your time, and some of the things that you want to do, you won't be able to do give it as much time as you want to. And that's all right. I feel like if you feel guilty for the things that you can't put a lot of time to, don't feel guilty. You can always revisit it. It's not like you have to. I feel like there's a lot of people, maybe you too, you just feel like you have to continue all your habits as you've always done, one day after day after day, the same way, And this is a month saying, no, you don't always have to do it that way all the time, every day, the same way, same way, same way. Like, some things you can put on the back burner for another time. Sometimes you can go to a plan B. Sometimes you can add a whole new, excitement into your life, like a new study or a new class, or a new type of exercise, and a new hobby. But anyway, this is just kind of like, this is not necessarily the month to always just stick to a habit so stubbornly that you don't allow for other things to come through. So I think that kind of goes a lot in with Mercury retrograde. Sometimes things don't work, right? And it can be frustrating, and you want to do things every day this way, and this is not working today, and get upset about it. But instead, see the opportunity within the set of circumstances. Say, well, it's not working. What can I do instead? Like, let's say you have a storm and the lights go out, and then you light a candle, and then suddenly the mood is different, and it's cozy and feels nice. You can't watch TV because electricity's out, so you read a book, and is that a bad thing? That's not a bad thing. It's actually quite nice. So instead of like letting a storm force you to do those things anyway. Read a book instead of watch TV for a few days or something like that. Yeah, just try different things out. Okay, let's see what the star seeds have to tell you. Now, yeah, some of this pile does relate back to some of the other piles a little bit. I feel we got star ancestors from the star seeds. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom, look a little deeper. It feels like you could be doing some really exciting exploring into your spirit world, maybe a thing that you might like to do or not. I mean, it's up to you. But, watch something about, like, turn on the History Channel and watch Ancient Aliens or something like that. Or, like, dive into cosmic studies. I know that, the reason why I say or not is because a lot of people will say, well, that's just, that's fake, or it's not really scientifically based or whatever. Sometimes you can watch those kinds of things for entertainment. Sometimes if you really want to research and get, good information, you might want to spend some time in the library, or go the old-fashioned way instead of the internet. So yes, I like that idea. So, yes, archives. I hear about hearing archives. Lost wisdom, look a little deeper. More research, diving deep. Pyramids and temples and places of worship and alignment of the stars. Oh, guys, get great. Y'all are here, and there's a beautiful planetary alignment. You're the only ones that I'm telling this message to, pile 3. So if you watched all 3 piles, or your pile 3, you get the magical planetary alignment message. Listen with your ancient heart and soul. Tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. Like, there's a part of all of us that has this strong connection to our ancestral, the Egyptian cosmic time of the pyramids. The pyramids are quite miraculous. Maybe you're going to look into, like, how did the pyramids actually even get here? And you're going to do all kinds of research on that, that happens a lot to me. It's like, I'll read one book. It's, oh my gosh, I had this really amazing journey once. So I was reading, and it was a fictional book, yes, but the fictional books sometimes can tap into fictional rivers, what's the word I'm looking for? Rabbit holes, you know, like you just can keep getting more and more information, because people who write books, yeah, they're writing nonfiction, but they are actually researching actual history and actual true knowledge, you know. So like Jean Owl of the Clan of the Cave Bear, she's an example who, she does amazing research, you know, and talking about prehistoric times. And Dan Brown of the Da Vinci Code. At the end of that book, there was like a list of other books that you could look into. So I read a bunch of those books, and then those books led to other books. And then I was like traveling down this whole journey of Guinevere, and then that led to like a lot of like the early religions and the Christianity and having to do, and paganism and witches and all of that, like so it really gives you, helps you travel to the origins, you know, path. And that could be something that you're getting into in March. Instead of like watching TV, I'm not saying that's not, you don't have, you know, maybe watching that Gaia channel or whatever, but you have to pay for that. Like, instead of doing that, maybe like follow a path of a book that leads you through this really fun discovery rabbit hole kind of thing. Who knows? That could be some new information that you need. The star seeds are kind of suggesting something like that. Like, they want you to remember some kind of ancient mystery, some kind of secret that lies deep within you about maybe a past life, maybe another dimensional place, maybe you have, you know, yeah, maybe you are a starseed, or you lived on a different planet. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities out there. If this doesn't resonate, you don't have to accept it. But I'm just saying, for those of you this kind of clicks with, you know, whatever the topic may be, I think it's like an exploration of learning deeper secrets. The lost city of Atlantis and all kinds of interesting. FedEx is backing up. Are they going to give me a package? I don't know. All right, so let's see now what your love life is looking like this month. And it's more about love in general, not necessarily love life. And I feel like I skipped, if you did come from pile 2, I skipped particular. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. Okay. All right. You've got, oh, this is nice. Receive love and appreciation. Gracious acceptance is a way to show love. So you could be coming in contact with somebody whose love language is gift giving. I always kind of get a little confused about love language. Is it their love language, or is my love language, or whatever? But anyway, if their way of showing love is to give you a gift, the best thing that you could do for them is to receive it with a lot of enthusiasm and excitement. You know, I'm not saying like you should fake it, but think about it. Think about the effort that they put into it. That should get you excited that they actually cared and they want to show you how much they care, you know? So somebody wants to show you how much they care. This is very nice. And it's unique. It's like one of a kind type thoughts and feelings and gifts. All right. And so let's put that there then. And let's see what's happening next in your love life, like kind of more in a material way. You know what? That's so funny. The gift giving is at the bottom. Yes, it's a token of reciprocity. It's like they really, really like you, but I'm going to give you another one. They really, really like you, and they're going to give you a gift to show you how much they like you. Okay? So don't Don't just ignore the gift. And the gift may not be too fancy, or it may be extremely expensive. I don't know, but it's going to be very unique, this gift. Oh, and look, you're going to be spending a lot of quality time. Be the witness to each other's lives. That's nice. And maybe that's your love language. Now tell me, don't you think this guy looks like Emilio Estevez? Anyway, so, oh, yeah, I feel like really, I don't feel necessarily singles in this pile necessarily, but if you are single, then I feel like somebody's coming through that you feel very cozy with and spending time with, and they'll give you gifts, and it feels very nice. It feels like you're doing a lot of self-nurturing, and then the people around you are very nice and giving as well. It also, I don't know why, but I also kind of sometimes get like carnival vibes, like somebody who gets you a gift when they play one of those games. And also, we got the puppy dog, so you could be having, somebody could literally be giving you a gift of a pet too. Or maybe you're starting a little family, a furry family. Maybe it's you and another person, and you decided to adopt a pet, and start your fur family. So that's sweet too. Let's see what else is happening this month, especially in career and whatnot. And love too. Let's see. I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of love messages. Oh, you got the bells again. So yeah, you got a nice connection going on. And all right, let's see what that one is. We got oh nice, Wheel of Fortune. How many did I pull out last? Did I get 4 cards? No, I think it was 3 for everybody. Okay. So as I said in, I think it was pile 2, the 2 of bells represents, the 2 of pentacles, where you're going to do a lot of mundane work, just like the regular ins and outs of things, and then have maybe passive income too. So multiple sources of income coming through, and possible partnerships of people that you feel comfortable with, and you can really depend on. It feels a little like, it's funny that there's a mushroom here, and we've talked about mushrooms. It's funny. It's so cute the way they're kissing over a mushroom. You could be sharing some kind of special recipe with somebody. And I don't know why I'm getting eating with this card. Eating out with a special someone. Okay. For some reason. Trying new foods and things. Oh, maybe you're a foodie. And maybe that's something that you can turn into as a foodie. Like, you decide, okay, this month, I'm going to try something new. I'm going to be a foodie. I'm going to try. I'm going to just give myself a new challenge. Like I gave myself a challenge to go out every Saturday to some place and try drinks, and it was nice. I enjoyed it. But yeah, and I might try that again or not. I'll try something else. Pumpkin is knocking things down. I don't know. She's climbing on stuff. So we've got the acorns, the 5 of acorns, which is normally the 5 of wands. The 5 of wands. And okay, there is going to be 2 people fighting over you, possibly. If you came from pile 2, you may have to learn how to reject someone. And I feel kind of like that part of the message might help be explained here. There'll be the right one, and then there'll be somebody else who's not so much the one. And it'll be kind of hard. It'll be sad, but and I feel it's kind of weird. Like, I think one person won't have to try so hard, but the other one's gonna try to be competitive. So this is what's important to do to help relieve that energy, because we talked about a spell too, to some kind of ritual or something to help heal those rejection energies, which might be difficult to do. And yeah, because it's like with every great gift, you have some kind of challenge. And so even when you get everything and people are constantly giving you things and gifts and money and attention and love, and then you have to be discerning about where to put your energy and who to receive your energy from. Then you have to also learn how to say no to certain things, and you also have to learn how to protect your energy, and you also have to learn how to do, you want to do it in the most kind way possible, But the Wheel of Fortune here, yes, it's interesting because this is the Oread. She's a special fairy. And the Oread is a spirit of luck. And she travels through the enchanted realm riding her wheel, and she is going to find you at a specific occasion. Okay, so this is saying he, but this is a she. Okay, so you are the Oread, or you have the Oread energy coming to you, like this lucky energy. But also, there could be, if you're single, there could be a guy coming through that feels very lucky as well. Not just like the one energy, but feels lucky. Feels like the circumstances of meeting feels very lucky as well. And but this is also just like very successful month, success, and everything happens so easily. That's why it's so hard to say no to things, because it feels like this. You're like, how can I say no? I have to appreciate all those gifts I'm being given. I have to say thank you. Yeah, you say thank you, but no thank you sometimes. Sometimes you have to. So the Oread is for good luck and fortune. I just feel like in any area of your life, you're going to be doing well. We've got water cups, we've got the sun, and a feeling of, it could be also having to do with travel and movement and cycling and moving your legs. And sometimes I like just laying on my back and doing like the bicycle thing, which is a kind of good exercise, or you can do a stationary bike or something like that. But I just feel like, yeah, good fortune is coming your way. Definitely good fortune in February, moving to March. Some of you might have started feeling it this month, but moving into March for sure. And yeah, I just don't know what else to say about that. I feel like, I know, you're going to tap upon some kind of ritual or some kind of drink or potion or something that will help you through the more difficult parts. The only challenge I see in especially pile 2 and 3 is having to say no to things, right? So, and that's not that hard. It's just having to do it in the best way that's good for your energy and everybody else's energy. You just don't want to do it, and you don't want to be wrong or make a mistake. Yeah. All right, let's see what your charms have to say. So bright. Let me see if I can get it even. Okay. Ooh, I did feel like engagement kind of energy around here. Commitments as well. Something with an S maybe. We have the Black Cat Familiar. We have Ebony and Ivory. Oh, and Sucker. FIFA's coming up. Yes. And I don't know if it's coming. It's coming up in June, actually. Come to Houston. we're hosting the games here. All right, and then I shouldn't say that word though. It's not allowed. Just I can say soccer, the big soccer game. Okay, and then the heart is that's your heart. It's nice and sturdy and strong. And then we have, this represents like death, but also kind of represents like transformation. Transformation is in your hands. And then the home, so could be some kind of transformation in your house, in your home. The soccer ball also is black and white, so it feels like ebony and ivory, like two yin and yang, two parts getting along, two very different things getting along very well. Two things look even better because they're side by side, contrasting each other, so you can see them better, you can view them better, you can that's it, you know, that I'm getting like, if you have, especially with people interested in you and contracts, let's say for instance, like you have this offer and this offer in a business world, and you lie them next to you, you're like, well, this one is visibly white and this one's visibly black, you know, whatever. It's like when you sit them next to each other, then you can really tell stark difference. So like maybe two people at the same way, like energetically, now I really feel connected to this energy and this one, no. So there could be lots of ways that help you discern and make decisions. It definitely intuitively, but it's like intuitively with like certain tools to help you, or certain visuals or certain energy fields to help you decide. That's very interesting. Okay, so I hope you have a beautiful month and hope everything turns out the way you like. And please give it a thumbs up and feel free to comment below. And I will see you at the next reading. I still owe you guys a Fire Horse New Year reading, and it's never too late for that, I don't think. So you might see that coming up next. But anyway, see you around. Faith, Trust, and Pixie Dust.